On behalf of the Dearborn County Chamber of Commerce, we are pleased to present the 2021 Women of Distinction. First, we would like to thank our sponsor, Civista Bank, for their continued support of this event and of the entire business community here in Southeast Indiana. Also, we'd like to let you know that on February 24th, we will be hosting a luncheon honoring the 2020 and 2021 Women of Distinction winners. So we hope to see you there. Make sure to check dearborncountychamber.org for more information on that. As always, this year we received a number of tremendous nominations, women throughout Southeast Indiana, and the selection committee had as difficult a time as always, but in the end, Angie, Tisha, and Nancy were really tremendous winners, and we are pleased to present them with this award and know that they really represent the best of what Dearborn County and Southeast Indiana have to offer. So again, thank you very much, and please enjoy the 2021 Women of Distinction winners.
When I met Angie Waters in 2000, I had just taken office and I wasn't quite sure what the clerk treasurer was. And Angie, I didn't have a deputy clerk treasurer, and luckily our current mayor said, "I've got the perfect girl for you." And he was right. Angie Waters came in. We still used old books that were from the courthouse, the books where you used your pencils and everything had to be calculated by hand. And she didn't say a word. She said, "It's okay, we'll get it done, not a problem." She went in and she got us the software program set up, and all of our funds and everything was coded correctly. And then, years went by again, that was 2000, and then she started getting involved in a lot of the organizations, memberships, and it just took off. I mean, Angie had been the redevelopment president for the state of Indiana, and the funny part is that she never wanted any recognition, so she really didn't ever turn in any of her education points or anything. But I knew what she had accomplished, and she was always like right there for me. When I had a bad day, Angie was still smiling. "We'll get through it, it'll be all right." There aren't many people around like Angie. She doesn't need the pat on the back or the credit for anything. She just enjoys what she does. She always gives more than 100%, and she's just a really good person in general, but she's very smart, and I was very lucky to have her and be with her for 22 years. She's, going on to another chapter in her life as well. She will be our redevelopment director, and I couldn't be any prouder of her. They've got a great person they've chosen. She will shine for Greendale. She will represent Greendale very well, and I'm just really, really proud of her. And I now get to say she's my friend. I said if I'm not the clerk treasurer anymore after 2021, I can come have some lunch with her sometime. But congratulations, Angie, and I'm always in your corner because you've always been there for me. Love you truly. Joey.
When I received the call from Eric last week letting me know that I have received this distinguished award, I was shocked, and I just wanted to say thank you to Joey. We've grown up together. We've been through a lot, and I wanted to thank her because she's given me the opportunity to excel in everything that I've accomplished. And I love my job with the City of Greendale, and that's really all I have to say. I'm so humbled to be nominated and to have won. And I just want to thank Joey for being my friend.
I'm proud to nominate Mrs. Nancy Powell-Tibbetts for Dearborn County Chamber of Commerce and Civista Bank 2021 Woman of Distinction in recognition of her positive impact and contributions to Dearborn County community through her volunteer work. Nancy wears many hats and is a tireless advocate and volunteer for many community organizations and events. Nancy's boundless energy, compassion, and positivity are an inspiration to the many people who have the privilege of knowing and working with her. Prior to her retirement in 2000, Nancy worked with the students in the South Dearborn Community School Corporation in the Manchester and Aurora Middle School libraries, but her public service did not end at retirement. Since then, she has volunteered with many different organizations, including the Aurora First Baptist Church, Tri Kappa, Shriners Hospital, PAWS, Hill Forest, and many others. Nancy is a lifetime member of the Aurora First Baptist Church and has been a Sunday school teacher, deaconess, and trustee. She helps with the Upward basketball program at her church and Operation Christmas Child, a shoebox Christmas gift program. And prior to COVID, Nancy served on the Women's Lenten Fellowship Committee and helped plan the programs, speakers, and catering for the Aurora area Lenten dinners. Representing her church, Nancy visits Aurora Elementary School as part of the Good News Club to work after school with students. She also participates in the One Red Box Holiday Meal Outreach Program of Seven Hills Church in Florence, Kentucky. It helps feed those in need in southeastern Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. Nancy is a longtime active member of Tri Kappa sorority, Aurora Associate Chapter, and recently has served as treasurer. Among other philanthropic endeavors, this organization provides scholarship in math and social studies to graduating seniors from South Dearborn High School. And prior to COVID, Nancy regularly helped the chapter prepare and serve food at 4th Street Food Cafe, offering a free meal to the Aurora community on Tuesday evenings at the Aurora First Presbyterian Church. Annually, Nancy serves on the Tri Kappa committee that decorates the urns in Lesko Park for Fall in Love with Aurora. Shriners Hospital is another organization that Nancy supports with her time and energy. She makes desserts and serves at the monthly dinners April through October at the Shrine Club, where the money earned is given to Shriners Hospital. Mrs. Tibbetts is presently on the board of directors of Hill Forest, where she serves on several committees and helps organize fundraisers, most recently a final farewell, the last dinner aboard the Titanic, and designer bag bingo for the Historic Foundation. Nancy makes delicious tea sandwiches and sweets, helps decorate the mansion for the Christmas holiday season, and serves at treat teas and dinners. In the years that the coalition at the Clearinghouse had its annual toy drive at the Christmas time, Nancy helped sort and organize the toys to fill the children's Christmas wish list. But Nancy not only helps the people in the community, but she also helps the furry ones as well. She donates to and she works at the annual PAWS rummage sale, helping to raise funds for the animals in the shelter. Working with organizations is not the only way Nancy impacts our community. She makes little goodie boxes to take to the residents at Ridgewood Health Campus when she visits them, showing her compassion for others and sharing her positivity with her fellow community members. On a personal note, Nancy is one of the most compassionate people I know, the kind of person that goes out of her way to help someone every day. She inspires me to continue to be involved in the community, to try to make a positive change in the community, and to help make Dearborn County a better place to live. Nancy Powell Tibbetts is clearly dedicated to helping those in her community. Somehow she still finds time to be a devoted mother to 2 grown children and 4 grandchildren. Nancy is highly deserving of being a Dearborn County woman of distinction.
First of all, I'd like to thank my good friend Fee Ellinghausen for nominating me. It's quite a pleasure for her to think of me in that line. Fee and I have been friends forever through high school and grade school, and we're still friends all these years. At no time do I ever remember having a bad conversation with her. When my husband passed away in 2004, I had taken care of him quite a long time, and I didn't know what to do. And I thought to myself, there's just so many things that people can do to keep themselves occupied, things that are good for other people. So basically, my plan is to get up every morning and do good. It's a very simple thing. Mainly, I really like to work with children. Children are easy to work with, I should say, and so able to you can manage them so much easier than adults. So I really enjoy working with children. I do a lot of work with church, and that's one of the big things in my life. I've taught Sunday school for many years, and that's a really great goal too. Work with Upward basketball, all of those things that Fee Ellinghausen mentioned. So I want to thank her and all of my friends and all those people who've supported me all of my life for this great privilege. Thank you.
It is with a pleasure that I nominated Tisha Lindsay for Women of Distinction this year. She embodies everything that I think the Chamber and Civista Bank and others who have supported this endeavor stand for, and that is a woman who really makes an impact on her community, and that embodies what Tisha is. She's a master prepared social worker who's worked in many different areas, including Central Elementary School, the court system, and most recently with the jail chemical addiction program. And through her work, she has impacted many children, families, and individuals, and she is truly someone that many people look up to and has demonstrated a real ability to help others. She also involves to several civic organizations, including Tri Kappa, and is truly a woman of distinction.
Well, I'm honored to receive this award. When I received the call from Mr. Eric Krantz, I honestly thought that he wanted something, or had questions about JCAP, as I'm the director of the Dearborn County JCAP program. And he went on to explain that I was one of 3 recipients for this award. I was very taken aback and honored and humbled. And it reminded me of a conversation that I had with Dr. Elliott, who was an educational mentor of mine many years ago, and we talked about the importance of community, and I had said that I really believe that we can make a difference, we can change the world one person at a time. So we had this deep discussion, and I explained that to another professor, and I didn't get quite the same response. And I remember calling my mom and talking to her about it, and she was very encouraging. And then I remember when I was a juvenile probation officer, I'd always thought of that because I felt it was such an honor to work with the judge and others in helping develop the intensive probation program. And I hated to leave there, but it was time for me to do a different career path. So I went on to Lawrenceburg Primary School. And I remember at LPS, I worked with Tammy Gregory. Mrs. Gregory was the principal. And I wanted to do something different within the guidance department in regards to bullying. And she said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I'm not really sure. I said, I'll still do all the other stuff that we're required to do, but I want to do something that has a much more collaborative approach with the community. So she said, no problem. And then I was feeling so blessed that I was able to have the creative freedom to develop and implement the Bully Busters program at Lawrenceburg. And I knew the second graders would be the rock stars, but I also knew that the community would come through. And I remember the first person I called was Judge Sally McLaughlin, and I asked her if she would help me and be a part of it. She said absolutely. And then I called Judge Cleary. He said the same thing. Then I called the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, law enforcement, and so on. And everybody was so supportive, as I thought they would be, and helped make the program just amazing. And then years later, I was ready to leave, and for another career challenge, I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I remember being really sad about leaving because I loved the Bully Busters program. And I loved working with kindergarten, first, and second graders. And Mrs. Gregory said, Tisha, if you can squeeze it in, you're more than welcome to come back and do this program. And I said, absolutely, I'll figure out a way to squeeze it in. And I did. And I had the pleasure and privilege of doing it up until COVID. And in 2016, when I had the opportunity to go back to the county, Dearborn County Court Services, to be the director for JCAP, I felt very privileged to be able to work with Judge McLaughlin, as she's always really inspired me due to her dedication and commitment to the community and her work. It inspired me to continue to push myself and go above and beyond whenever possible. Also, it's a great privilege to work with the other judges, the prosecutors, defense attorneys, probation, correction, law enforcement, the other therapists in the area. We have such an amazing community. And it doesn't matter who you are in this community. And it doesn't matter if you're recovering from trauma, mental health, or addiction. The community is here for you. And not every community can boast that. So I feel very privileged to be a part of this community. And I just want to thank the folks that I work with. Also, a special thanks to my mom and my family for always being supportive. And again, it's an honor. Thank you.
Again, on behalf of the Chamber, thank you for watching and celebrating our 2021 Women of Distinction. And also thank you to Civista Bank for their continued support of the Women of Distinction event. We hope to see you in February. And also we would like to thank our Diamond members, Civista Bank, Dearborn County Convention Visitors and Tourism Bureau, and Rising Star Casino.